Hello. It's time for another round of Donald Trump's ignorance. Bigoted racism. Coming to you live from America with a live studio audience of cats. All right. Twitter has been under fire for allowing Trump to make racist posts. That is against Twitter's terms of service, but you know Trump could do anything on Twitter and that'd go along with it. You know that. He's the president, and it's been huge for Twitter that Trump chose Twitter. They've made a fortune. So, Trump's extreme racism. Yeah, he's using social media that already exists. He's using the platform he has. Yep. In the past, there are good and bad sides to every card, just like every astrology sign, and unfortunately sometimes cards like this can speak to institutional racism. I'll just say it, where you get the Confederate flag and you get the garbage like that. And yes, the Confederate flag is not about history. It's not. And that is unacceptable. Center of the reading. Ugh. But Trump and his core base, they have the privilege. They walk around, the police don't hassle them. They're allowed to move into, if they have money, they are allowed to move into very exclusive neighborhoods. They don't want to lose that. Base of the reading. Yeah, Trump throwing up a lot of smoke because he's trying to divert attention away from the concentration camps and the Mueller speaking next week, and he did it by telling 4 congressional women of color to go back to their countries, even though they're all American. And telling a person of color to go back to your country is classic racism. Above the reading, I am feeling such racism in these cards. It's making me sick. I mean, you can tell from my skin. I'm not a person of color. I'm not. You know, my father, I am not, but my father is a carrot top redhead. There's a kitty, but I can feel the racism in this. So, put this down here. Well, I gave you a box. Over here. I gave you a box. All right, your future. Well, he's definitely going to, he and the GOP, and this feels like the GOP out in the country, people, like congressional people, getting a lot more grief, and they're getting their election being a lot more in question because of this sort of stuff. And that, thank heaven, that does feel like voters leaving the GOP. Where it's like, okay, yeah, I understand the stock market's been doing well, and there were the tax cuts, but you know what? This is too far. I am not a racist, and most racists will not admit that they are, but there are people who, because of this, are going to say, no, that's, no, I'm not. voting for these people anymore. Home environment. But Trump is still relying, hoping that he's going to keep the moneyed suburban, well-educated women who voted for him in 2016. Hopes and fears. Well, fearing disappointment, fearing that Trump doesn't understand what he's losing. He doesn't see this yet, and when it happens, he's gonna be like, what? What other people see? Yeah, these are our fellow Americans. And even the migrants who are not necessarily, they're not American citizens, they're still people. And there's still no reason to let them die of sickness and lack of hygiene and make them drink out of toilets. Unbelievable. Final outcome. He's right now, Donald Trump is sitting on a huge amount of money for his re-election campaign, and that's what he's focused on. But there are some younger, more nimble people who are willing to fight him, who are willing to come in and come against, because these are both very static cards. They're just planted. But this is an active movement card that's charging in to challenge. Okay. So, anything else about these unconscionable, racist things that the President of the United States has said? Oh, poor kitty. That's government. That's the card of the thief. That is the things that Trump has been stealing from us. But this is the Democrats appealing to the best in us, in our humanity, and them prospering because of that. So it is saying that this is not going to stand. That our future is not just Donald Trump 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. No. Nope. No, this is bad for business. And that's what I got when I just turned over this card. That's exactly what popped into my head. This is bad for business. It's bad for American business. It's bad for companies who aren't going to want to support Trump and his policies, no matter what the tax cuts are, because they will lose too many customers who are horrified by all of this. It isolates companies. And the Democrats are oh, thank heaven, it does feel like they are finally going to start bringing some things to light, some financial records, some all kinds of different wrongdoings. That's Pelosi, bringing things to light. I'm still being drawn to this. This coming up, and it feels a little air of Epstein around this, which is a foul stench, let me tell you. All right, so that is what I'm getting, that we're going to have to deal with this to some extent, but let me tell you, that is the strongest card here, and that is the pivotal card, because this is causing Trump and the GOP to lose voters. And there's a kitty. There's a kitty. Look at the sweetness. Look at that sweet kitty. Okay, we're done. We're done here. All right, so thank you so much for watching. And hang in there.